What's going on, world? Marquis Mr. Fuel checking in with you. Guys, I just want to vibe real quick. I won't be long at all, but I will be strong. This morning, I wanted to talk about setting goals. Setting goals. So whoever can use this information, I really hope you do. And from there, just see your goals come into fruition. The reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because one thing I've learned along my journey is that 85% of people don't set goals. 85% of people don't have goals. Furthermore, they don't even write them down. And this is important because, again, what I've learned along my journey, there's a lot of power in seeing your goals on a regular. But furthermore, there's a lot of power in writing them down. Right? There's a lot of power in the pen. As a matter of fact, the good book says create the vision and make it plain. Right? Create the vision and make it plain. So I want to talk about that real quick. Let's talk about how to properly set goals. Because again, most people don't. So this is super important. I won't be long. I do want to make sure I give you some value that you can actually try this as early as today. All right. Why? Because success loves speed. And most people, they have things that they want to do, right? But just because you want to do something or you would hope for something to be done doesn't make that a goal. And that's so important, right? Because what are you doing on a day-to-day basis, whether that be in action or whether that be in thoughts? But what are you doing on a day-to-day basis that is working towards bringing that goal to fruition? All right. So let's talk about that. These are things that you could be doing regularly, right? So that we can see your goals come into reality. So you can realize, right? Make your goal real. Realize your goal. All right. So let's talk about that. I'm going to go whiteboard on y'all today. All right. So we're talking about goals. Now, first and foremost, goal stands for go out and live. Go out and live. Now, I want you to understand this. Your goals, you actually seeing them come into fruition, you need to understand this. You need to understand this. 90 versus 10. So everything that you want, that you're going for in your life is 90% spiritual, right? And it's 10% physical. 90% spiritual, 10% physical. What does that mean? In this 90% is going to be mental, right? It's going to be belief. It's going to be faith. It's going to be emotion. All the stuff that you cannot see, you can't touch physically. That is going to be the 90%. This is important because this is 90%. Right? 90% of your goal is spiritual, is mental, is belief, is faith, is emotion. It's all the stuff that you can't physically see. So you have to first have it in the spiritual realm before we could have it in the physical realm. Now in the physical realm, right? In the physical realm, this is going to be action. This is going to be how, like how to. This is going to be the plan, the process. You know, all the physical stuff that actually takes work, right? This is thoughts. This is important. So your goal, your life, everything that you want is 90% spiritual, 10% physical, right? So we're not going to dive too deep into this. Just this alone just lets you know that you need to be focusing on the 90%. Now understand this. Right? You can't do this without 100%. You need it all. You need both sides of this balance scale is what it's called. You need both sides of this. But just know that the majority is going to be how you think, what you believe, who you pray to, or how you, whatever. This is going to be the majority. You don't need to focus on the how, the plan, the process, the work, as long as your 90% is on point. But this will automatically direct your actions. This is so powerful. All right. So understand that your goals are 90% spiritual, 10% physical. Now let's back up. So now when we're setting goals, a lot of people say, oh, I want a new car, right? As a matter of fact, some people don't go that far. When they write out the list of their goals, if they even do it, because remember, only 85% do it, they'll just write down new car, right? I want more money. I want a new house. This is important. On top of that, they only think about that when they're feeling good. Or they might only think about this when they're feeling bad, when they're depressed. They're like, oh man, this car never works. I want a new car. Oh man, I don't have any money, because we know that 68% of people who only work one job, they don't have $1,000 in their bank account right now unless it's payday or tax return. So when we're thinking about, oh man, I want more money, I want a new house, this is what we're putting. Let me show you how to make these goals real. And again, I'm not talking to everybody. This is just for the people who know that this is going to take them from A to P. All right. So the cool thing is I can brag on this information because it's not my own. Like, this is stuff that I've accumulated over the years of studying wealth and also how to bring things into manifestation. So let's talk. I want a new car. Well, before you can have anything that you want, you have to remember it's in the 90% first. So you have to believe that you can get it. This is important. So you can't be talking about you want a new car, but you're always thinking about how your job doesn't pay you enough money. You can't be talking about how you want a new car, but you're just talking about all the obstacles that comes into your life and all these distractions and blah, blah, all these reasons that's going to keep you from getting more money, getting a new house, getting a new car, because you can't be bigger than your circumstances. Right? This is important. So check this out. I want a new car. Well, before you can get that new car, one, you got to believe you can get it. You got to believe it. You have to first see it in your mind before you see it in your hand. Right? Mental, physical. Walt Disney says, if you can hold it in your mind, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So you got to have that spiritual right first. So how do we get this new car? Well, first, you got to believe you can get this new car. You have to see it in your mind first. All right. On top of that, here's another one. Gratitude. Oh, this is so powerful. Gratitude is the beginning of receiving. This is the energy that you put out so you can get back. If you've never heard this before, it's a golden rule. You don't get anything for nothing. You don't get anything for nothing. You have to give before you can receive. So you want to put energy out and you'll get energy back. You need to put out gratitude. You need to be grateful. Be grateful for whatever it is that you have right now so that you can attract more. Furthermore, if you want that new car, you need to be grateful for your current car. Or if you don't have a car right now, perfect. Be grateful that your ass ain't got a car. This is important. Why? Because when you do have that car, your life is going to be different and you'll be able to appreciate it that much more. So let me go back into this. Right? Turn that flash off. So you got to be grateful. So when you say, hey, I want a new car, you got to mentally believe you can have. You got to believe you can have it, have the faith, your emotions. You got to tie your emotions into this car. What does that car smell like? What does that car look like? Like, you need to just literally engulf yourself with this vehicle. You have to see it in your mind before you sit in that car in real life, bro. Okay? So how do we mix it up? I'm so grateful. This is how I write my goals, and this is how you should write yours. If you've never heard this before, whatever you say after I am is real. Whatever you say after I am, you become. Right? Because you have to be before you can come. This is important. You have to be before you can become. You have to be, right? Where's it at? You got to be first before it'll come, right? So you say, I am. Whatever you say next is real. So you go, oh man, I am broke. Damn. Look. You need to be impeccable with your word. Look at what you're attracting into your life, talking about you broke. It's important. So it's one thing to understand what you have going on in your world and you have it in your mind. Remember, it starts here before it comes here. So one thing to be in your mind and you know, wow, I might not have, my check this week is going to be a little short. Man, I might not be able to afford something because what? It's one thing to think that, but be careful what you claim out loud. I can't stress that. Be careful what you claim out loud. All right. So when you put I am, this is how I write my goals. I am so happy. I am so happy and grateful. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have my new, and whatever your car is. So you could leave it as simple as car, but you know what? The more you describe this thing in the spiritual, the more you can realize it in the physical. So I'm so happy. Let's say I like BMW. I have my new BMW 325i, right? I don't think they make this car anymore, but I got an old soul. So I have my new BMW 325i, and you can go in, you can say black exterior with tan interior, whatever. But I am so happy and grateful now. I'm grateful when? I'm grateful today. I'm grateful now that I have my new BMW. This is how I set my goals. This is important because what you're doing is you're making it in the present. You're borrowing from your future and you're making it present. Because understand this. This is so powerful. Both faith and fear, they both require you to believe in something that you cannot see. Right? Both of them require you to borrow from your future and put it in your present. So here's today, right? Here's today. It's a gift. That's why they call it a present, because today is a gift. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. They can't see this live. So they're not getting this present that I'm giving you. So I hope you appreciate it. But here's today. Then here's the future, right? This is tomorrow. So here's the deal. There's a lot of stuff coming in the future. You know what's coming in the future? Your mortgage. Right? Unless your house is paid off, you ain't got one. But your rent, your car note, whatever is all in the future. But you know what else is in the future? Your wealth, your ROI on those investments that you drop, right? A check from one of those multiple streams of income that you've opened up. All of this is in your future. But in the present, right now, those things have not showed up here in the present. So what do you have to do? You have to borrow. How can you borrow from your future? Because guess what? This is still you. This present you and the future you is the same you. The only difference is time. And what does time stand for? Time stands for things I must experience. Right? Things I must experience. So the only difference between this present and the future you is time. So guess what? Let's borrow from the future. Instead of being miserable today, right? Instead of borrowing from fear and maybe you're short on your mortgage or maybe you're going to be short on your rent and you're miserable today. Oh my God, today is just over. You're borrowing from your future in the wrong way. You're using the wrong energy. False evidence appearing real. But guess what? If we use faith, you can say, man, I'm so happy and grateful for that ROI. I'm so happy and grateful for these multiple checks that are coming my way. I'm so happy and grateful for the wealth that's coming my way. You can literally borrow from your future and let your emotions of today be on a positive note. Because if you borrow from fear, it'll be negative. And you can't use fear to get your goals. As a matter of fact, anytime fear and money is around, money is going to hide. Listen to this. This is important. If you are operating out of fear, money hides because money and fear don't live in the same place, just like these emotions. This is important. So again, how do we get our goals? It's 90% physical. It's 90% mental and it's 10% physical. You have to see it in your mind, see it in your emotion, feel it in your spirit before you can have it in the physical realm. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you set a goal that, you know what, I want more money, but you don't actually believe that this can happen because of taxes and all kind of other stuff that's going on in your life. If you don't believe, it's very less than likely that you'll see that money. It's less than likely. So don't play with this. Please, God, don't play with this. This is so real. I don't care what you believe in. This is as real as gravity. Because how many of y'all know when I drop this pen, it's going to fall? Right? If I let go of this pen right now, just comment right now, which way is it going to go? Just tell me. If I let go of this, which way is it going to go? And you know what's cool about this? Regardless of what you believe, we know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter what you believe. So that's called a fact. A truth is based off of your BS. Truth is based off of whatever your belief system is. Whatever you believe, that's your truth. This is a fact. So I'm telling you right now, this right here, this is a fact. Write it down, make it plain. So I know this is a lot. Give you a quick recap. All right. How do you set goals? Means go out and live. 85% of people do not set their goals. That means that only 15% of people are actually going for something. Then out of those 15%, how many people actually realize them? Because are they implementing it in their mental so that they can see it in their physical? It's 90% spiritual, 10% physical. 90% belief, 10% what you can see in front of you. This is important, right? So you don't say, I want this and I want to do that. You don't say all that. You say, I am. I am. Because what did God say? I don't want to offend anybody. But if you read the Bible, right? Let's just all love right now. So let's not get too weird. Okay. But God says, when Moses said, listen, I know you want me to go help them folks out in Egypt, but how am I going to talk to them folks? And I got a speech impediment. I be stuttering. Like, how am I going to go help them folks? They're not listening to me. I could barely talk. Right? This is important. So that said, who should I say sent me? I'm about to go talk to these folks in Egypt, but who should I say sent me? You know what God said? God said, man, I am that. He said, I am that. I am that I am. Don't be questioning me with your foolish talk, right? Because a lot of people like to do that. A lot of people like to describe God like they can really describe this all infinite understanding of a being that created all things, God, whatever you call it. How are you going to try to explain that in one word? This creator of everything that we see every day, you're going to put it in one word. Man, come on, man. So he said, you know what? Tell him that I am that I am. It's important. And what? They said, God, we are made in God's image, right? We are just as God. So when you say I am, you have to understand that whatever you say after that is real. I am so happy and grateful now that whatever your goal is. Okay? Then you got to understand time, right? Even though this could be an illusion, so I'm only talking to certain people right now, time stands for things I must experience, because the only difference between the present you and the future you is this time. So you need time to develop. You need time to grow. You need time to grow your mindset. You need time to build your belief that you can get this car. You need time to build your faith that you can have that new house. You need time to get your thoughts together, because whatever your dominant thoughts are, that's what you become. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So whatever your dominant thoughts are, that's what you become. So you need time to develop your thoughts in your mind so you can have these things. How? Write your goal, read this shit every single day. As a matter of fact, you need to be repeating this in your mind as often as you can. But you need to have this goal, write it down, and it needs to be your dominant thoughts. That's it. And always have your emotions towards that this can happen. You're going to have it. All right? So that being said, guys, I don't want to overcook the grits. I could talk about goal setting all day long. I'm just super excited because so many people that are plugging in with us are applying this and they're seeing it come real. All right, we walk around what we call a goal card. I say we, I mean me and some of my close friends and my business partners. We walk around with a goal card, and it's a card that we keep in our wallet, and we have one of our main goals on there. And on the back of the card, we might write a few things that we're grateful for. Because again, the beginning of receiving is being grateful. Okay? So we walk around with this. These people are looking at their goals regularly. They're seeing it. They're speaking it. And then it starts to promote their action, right? It starts to sway their thinking. They may not want to go out to the party if it's not in line with their goals. They may not want to stay up late and turn up if it's not in line with their goals. So you'd be surprised how your mind and your goals start to steer your action. That's why you don't focus on the action. You focus on the mental. Focus on the 90%, and it's going to take care of the 10%. That being said, guys, I love you. I appreciate your time. Hopefully you got some value. You know the goal is always to help 3 people a day. So if I got one just from this live, man, I'm a third of the way to my daily goal. I will see you at the bank of the beach. I love you. Stay blessed. Peace.